Alright, what is up everyone? This is Owen, bringing you guys your Wednesday's dose of Daily Diabetics. That sounds weird, but that's what I'm gonna go with. So today, this week's topic actually is the pros and cons of insulin injections or whatever you use. So I'm not really sure how many people are injections, but I'm a rare case of injections. Not a lot of people like to do it, think it's a lot of work, but I'm here to give you the pros and cons of probably the worst part of diabetes. If you are looking for advice to go either way on which side you should go, it should be what you want to do. If you want to do insulin injections, then do insulin injections. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. No one can force you to do it, and it's all about your mental, how you think about it. I personally am going to start off with the biggest con in my eyes. I don't like to be hooked up to a machine. So when I was on a pump, I was on electronic 70G or something like that, or 700G. I'm not really sure if that's even a pump because I didn't use it very long. I thought the biggest thing was that my mental thought process of it was not the best, because I was thinking that I was hooked up to a machine and that's what was keeping me alive, but that was just how I thought, and obviously it's going to be different because there are people on pumps who really like it. And if you want good pros on pumps, make sure you guys check out Lena's video. I'm not really sure what day she is. I think she's Thursday, but that might have just been last week. Another con is it's a lot to remember and it's a lot to lug around. If you have a bag, I have this Swiss gear bag. It really sucks. It is big. It is worse, probably one of the worst ones I've ever had. It's better than having one without straps, because without straps I lost mine all the time and I left it everywhere. It was hard to keep around in school because I had to keep it in my bag, and then when I would take it out I would forget it, and that was just not practical to forget your diabetes bag everywhere. So I did have a Green Camel one that was the perfect size because it's meant for that. But so the Diabetic one that I had was the strap, and then you would take the strap off and then it would be to hold it. It sucked. I didn't like it. Sorry Diabetic if you're watching this. Probably one of the worst cons to have is that shots can be very temperature sensitive. I made a video on this why it sucks to be in the cold, because if spots get cold and you take a shot there, it can hurt really bad, because I don't know why, but when you get cold, stuff hurts a lot worse. So you take the shot and it just hurts 10 times worse because the temperature. And with changing pumps and stuff like that, it can be easier because you're inside. Another con is nighttime insulin. Nighttime insulin is my absolute worst enemy because I forget to do it all the time. And when you forget to do it for a long period of time, you will get sick. And it's happened to me before. I've been in the hospital. My first time being in the hospital with diabetes after being diagnosed was because I didn't take my nighttime insulin, and that is a bad thing to do. Your blood sugar will skyrocket and it will stay up there. You'll get ketones and everything will just fall apart, and that's not a good thing to do because being in the hospital sucks, and that's a terrible thing to do. It's not a good habit to get into. So one thing I do recommend, if you are able to set an alarm every day whenever you're supposed to take your nighttime insulin or long-acting insulin, do it, because it will help you remember. I don't do it personally, but that's just because I'm afraid I'm going to be somewhere and then my alarm go off, so I guess that's the reason I don't do it. I personally started with the cons first because I feel like there are a lot more cons to persuade you to do something else for injections, and I personally do not like injections, but I don't like pumps either, so it's kind of a lose-lose with me. But I do think they're more reliable because, like I said, it's easier to do on the spot and change it if you can't really fail. But I have had it where if you take too many shots in a certain place, the insulin will not react the same. So you will go high because of that stuff, and that's just obviously not a good thing to have, high blood sugar. You could do it in more places if you have a wired pump. If you do it in the higher buttocks area. Is it buttocks or buttocks? Do you know? Buttocks. Buttocks. Do it up back, lower back, where there's fat. I guess you can't really sit on that if you have an Omnipod either. I've never had an Omnipod, but I don't know if people do it back there. But I know people do it with wired, and wired is awful to do it there because you sit on it and it kind of hurts because there's a little catheter in you, and that hurts. If you do wired, you can't really do it on the arm unless you run it through your shirt. That's uncomfortable. So I've only ever done it in my stomach, and that's kind of where I prefer to do it. And you can't really do it every single time in your stomach, so I think it's more, it's just more accessible with shots to get other places and, you know, kind of switch up the sites a little bit. It's easier to have a lot of stuff in your house and easier to get all the stuff for insulin injections because you only have to have two things. You need to have your insulin, and you need to have a BD needle or whatever needle kind of goes with you. I guess you can do syringes too. But I use pens, and pens are really easy to calculate because they have the numbers on there. I'm pretty sure syringes don't have, they have numbers, but it's like, you know, a little guessing game, I guess. So next I'm gonna run through what insulin I do take, because I used to take, I think I used to take took Lantus, but I've always taken Novolog, and I take Tracebo for my long acting. So whatever your insurance gives you, I guess you get. I know I've had to switch meters about 3 or 4 times, and that's awful. I hate switching meters, and because you get used to one. I've had one with a light on it, which was amazing. In the dark, you didn't have to turn on the light, you just had the light on the thing. But now I have this one, and it's going to crap on me. I don't know, it's getting kind of old, and the battery dies really fast, so I find myself charging it like every week, and that's really annoying with this only USB on it. So, and then I've almost lost this a couple times, so that's super annoying to have to, you know, find a plug for that. And I guess it's better than having a regular charger because you can kind of charge that anywhere, because like everyone has a brick or something like that. But it's still, again, annoying. I just feel like diabetes is annoying altogether. I'm not really the biggest diabetic fan. I don't personally like it very much, and I don't know how this video went. So okay, I hope to not form your opinion too much to take insulin injections, because it is all based on your opinion. I hope you do take in pros and cons to everyone's video into consideration if you are looking to switch or you are looking to, you know, form your opinion. But it's all personal, and it's all what you think. So I guess that's the beauty of it. Everyone can be different, everyone can like different things. That's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys come back next Wednesday and watch everyone else's videos throughout the week, and subscribe for great diabetic content. This has been Owen, and I'm out. Peace.